Live, bruv. What you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying, bro?
Bruv, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? Football's back. When's the first game?
Wait, I think the first game is what 2 days time, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna be locked in. I'm gonna be looked into that, bro. Like, have they
I what
disclosed which ones are gonna be
Bundesliga
live?
now, yeah.
Yeah, bruv. Of course. Did they say who's gonna? Did they say already who's playing and like what's gonna
Yeah,
be relevant?
they release the fixtures, but basically they're just and for anyone who doesn't know, basically they're sticking to the same schedule as they had before in it. So the games that was going to happen just before the corona
Yeah,
is happening now. So I don't know how often they're going to play. That's something that I think they're just playing it by ear, innit? So now
yeah,
it's just like seeing what's going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. If nothing crazy happens, they're probably going to play another game in a couple of days after. Like I think they've got it scheduled for a week,
yeah.
but obviously if things can work out quicker, I think they're going to try and accelerate the fixtures. But it's a mad one. Obviously, the Premier League's going to be watching and seeing
Yeah.
how it
Yeah,
worked out.
but that's all they can do, innit? They can kind of just look at the examples that they're setting and see how they do it. I don't know how they're doing it as regard to training and stuff like that. Like the Premier League were talking about quarantining players and doing all these other things. It looks like the
Mm.
Germans. I see pictures of these men heading to training with their gloves and their masks on from home and that. So it looks like they're just doing it as normal, bruv. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, man. And it's like again, like the strange factor is going to be how many people is going to take to run one game, because obviously a lot of people are saying 200-300 people are needed per match. I'm not sure if I think there is going to be a slight spike from it, but I think football should survive. Like end of the day, the way Bundesliga is at the moment, there's 10 games. I think there's 10 or 11 games to go, like the Premier League. Like it's just going to be a thing where they're trying to complete as quick as possible. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just hoping it goes well, not just for football, but just for everyone in general. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously this is a big test. You
Yeah.
know, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be a strange one, bro, because everyone's gonna be kind of hoping it goes well. I think Serie A have scheduled themselves to come back as well. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, obviously, and especially in wake of like people like Lukaku's comments. I think someone else said something about it as well.
what did
But
Lukaku say?
yeah, Lukaku said um he done a live with Thierry Henry. Yeah, and he was
Mm.
like he's mad because the live was actually a couple of weeks ago, but for some reason this particular bit resurfaced where he said,
People love doing
yeah,
that
people
anyway.
love it. People love it. Like people resurfaced a part where they said where Thierry Henry must have asked him, "What do you think about coming back?" And he was like, "End of the day, it's all this." He said
Yeah,
something like that. So basically, saying it's all money, which I think is a massive conversation because obviously Danny Rose has come out and he's always been outspoken anyway, Danny Rose, but he's come out and just like said it straight in the last couple of days as well. And I think now it's going to be a situation where Bundesliga, I think in general, every player is happy. But I think when it
yeah.
comes to Serie A and the Premier League, you're going to get some split situations where some players might just say, you know what, I'm staying at home. I'm not playing for the rest of the season, which is going to be a mad one.
Bruv, you know what it is though? I don't think everyone's cool in the Bundesliga. I just think that the culture in Germany is that these managers they don't really talk too much. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think everyone's cool with it. I don't think if you've got a family, young children, and stuff like that, that you can be 100% cool with it, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even my friends, yeah, like my best friend's going was told by his employer, yeah, and he's an estate agent, like big estate agent, like in like Knightsbridge and that. And he said, "Yo, be on call from Monday to come back to the office."
mm,
Like, and he's happy, bruv. He ain't got no kids, no nothing. He's like, "Yeah, bruv. Like I had my little time off. Do you know what I mean?" He was still working for a while. I think they only
mm,
furloughed him like 3 weeks ago. But like,
mm,
even when the outbreak, he was still in the office, and
mm,
he's just like, whatever. Like, I'm commission based. Can't wait to get back. I ain't got no family, nothing like that to worry about.
yeah.
But but then you've got other people. If you've got young kids or you got a pregnant wife or something like that, are you really trying to go back to work in these conditions? I don't think so, bro.
No, you're right. You're right. And at the end of the day, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. Like, I know the whole football thing is a mad one because look, end of the day, I always understand like footballers are humans, in it. At the end of the day, beyond how much they're getting paid or what their like their job is, end of the day, they're humans, and they're still going to look at it the same way. Where, look, am I going to risk my family's health, my health for this opportunity, or playing for the rest of the season? No. But I will say one thing, yeah, and this is something that people need to take into account, that it's also about perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Danny Rose, Lukaku, these are top tier players. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. In respect to the fact that they're rich for the rest of their life, they've got long contracts, or they're in demand of if they leave to go somewhere else. So they can come out and say stuff like this and say, I don't want to play for the rest of the year, and they're all right.
Yeah.
But what about a 32-year-old who's a fringe player who's played 3 times this season, whose contract's running out in the end in a couple of months, and needs to prove himself to get his next move? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not. So I'm not taking it and saying that it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that player's not scared either. But end of the day, bro, sometimes it's about perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? Because some players can't afford to just say, all right, I'll sit this one out as well. They've got to play. If they don't play, they're not going to get their next move. They won't get their next contract.
Yeah, I know. But then on the flip side to that, yeah, there's no one in the Premier League right now, yeah, that ain't making ends meet, bro. You know them ones. Like the lower leagues have been cancelled anyway. So if we want to worry about the real people that need worrying about, they've already scrapped their leagues, innit?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if man are saying, you know what, League 1, League 2, man, that are on $3,000 a month, yeah, some of them. Do you know what I mean? Some of them are making less than normal jobs, bro. Like, man don't, because they still in the 50% tax bracket, some of these guys. So even if they're making 6 bags a month, yeah, they're giving away 3 of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where a lot of people don't realize that, bro. Like what footballers make, 50% of that goes to tax, innit? So when they say, oh, Rooney or whatever, Pogba's on 250 a week, no, he's not, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because he's paying 125 in tax.
Exactly.
So he's not on that.
But you know, with that same energy, that's the same reason why I also say, the same way I say, listen, don't get vexed up, don't get upset and stressed out and protest about footballers doing this or that because they're normal people. The same way that's the case, it's the same way that in some ways footballers should be treated like, bro, footballers at the end of the day are employees on the PAYE. Do you know what I'm saying? If I'm a construction worker, like some of my guys are, they decide now to if his boss calls him and says, I see you on Monday, mate, you need to come in, he's going. His other option is saying, no, I'm not coming, and he risks losing his job. So what I'm saying with this situation is footballers have a privileged position because they're known and they're rich, so they can speak out. But I think it should be really simple. It should be, if the Premier League's back on for whatever reason, whether you agree with it or not,
then you have to go work.
It should be like the club says, and you know what? It should be like that, what you just said, Rants, yeah? But what is fair, say, you know what? If you don't want to come, don't come. But we're playing either way. That way you have a choice. If I sit at home, one of the reserve team will play. Because I guarantee you have a 30-man squad, at least 15 man will still turn up.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the fair way of that's the fair way of doing it. If you want to sit at home, that's understandable. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's players who also might see it from a different perspective, saying, you know what, I need to, for my own, I don't even want to say mental health because it starts going into like the whole Carl Walker thing. I don't even want to start saying that. Hey, one thing's for sure, Carl Walker's definitely coming out and playing. He can't
stay in now. You know, like
there's a bunch of players that can't say nothing. They're playing.
No, I get that, innit? But my point of view is that, like, I think that there needs to be some sort of ethics involved, innit? If man said, you know what, if you're a footballer that fits into this category, do you know what I mean? Then cool. Because you might be a young footballer that lives at home with their mum. That's at high risk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pogba, has got a kid, a wife, and his mum in his yard. So if he says, you know what, I don't want to.
I didn't know
that. But he been living with his mum, bro. You know them ones there, like It's like, it's a big ass house, you know, like that. But he's been living with his mum. So if he says, yo, mumsy lives with me, I've got a baby, that like the missus just had a baby, and I don't want to be around that. Do you know what I mean? Or imagine if it's young Brandon or something that say he's 18, he lives with his parents, and he might say, you know what, bro, my mum and dad are high risk, like my dad's got diabetes or something. I don't even think that these men should have to play, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where I feel like if a footballer comes out and says that he's not playing, I think the backlash that they will get, will be a madness, bro. It would be. It would be, bro.
Well, boy.
They're scared. I think a lot of them will play scared, not wanting to play, bro. That's what I think. Because me personally, they're saying, I was hearing, gyms are going to reopen in October, bro. I go gym every day, bro. Then some people were saying, July, bro. Even when the gym's open in July, I'm not going, bro.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not going, fam, because I don't trust these man's hygiene, blood. I'm not going gym in July, bro. Like I'm not going gym before September, regardless of when it opens. Do you see what I'm saying? And
it can't be risked. Like it's like at the end of the day, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like even right now, there's so many things that's unsure about the whole virus. Like especially with amongst black people as well. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, like you don't know. Like at the moment, the odds are all stacked against. So you want to be more cautious and more careful about a lot of these things. Do you know what I mean? So I get that 100%, and I get players who don't want to play 100%. Do you know what I mean? And
I don't think that they should be made scapegoats, though. Do you know what I mean?
They shouldn't.
I feel like there should be an option. Do you know what I mean? For these men, or they man should have voted as like a football union to say, you know what, do we resume the season? Do we not? But the fact that the decision's been made from the employers above their head, I don't think it's right, because you're leading these men out. It might be a death sentence for someone. You never know. You don't actually know, bro.
And then it comes to the question: Are we even gonna see proper football then when we come back? Because that's why I'm interested to see Bundesliga, because there's all these rules now apparently that you can't
shake hands, you can't swap shirts.
You can't swap shirts. Apparently you can't tackle like full. Like you got to turn your head away when you're tackling and all that madness. Yeah, you got to turn your head away. You can't tackle with your head face on with another person. Like, so are we even going to see proper full?
That's not. How do you enforce that? Because I tell you what, the first corner that comes, man are gonna be hugging, fam. That's what's gonna happen. Because it's autopilot. The first flipping corner that comes, you're not gonna want to concede. As soon as that competitive edge takes over, football's going back to normal, bruv. I'm telling you. You can't tell a man he can't spit. How are you gonna police that if you're the referee? And
they're gonna give you they'll give a
But there's 22 man, bruv. You're not going to see if the striker's spitting over there and the ball's been kicked out. You're not going to see it anyway. You can't police that. So you only book the ones that you see. You see, you can't enforce it. There's so many rules that they're trying to bring in that you cannot enforce. You can't police them. It's not feasible, innit? So you can't say, like you have to be 2 meters apart, bruv. How are you going to defend the corner?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's mad. Like I'm actually surprised that. Obviously, we ain't seen Bundesliga yet come back, so we don't really know what's going to happen. But every sport's different and every league is different. So the Bundesliga might have this set of rules, which I don't think Bundesliga even implemented any of those rules we just mentioned. It's the Premier League that's apparently doing all of this. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But I don't know. I think the only other sports we've seen back is UFC and WWE. Do you know what I mean? So, and the way that they're doing it is just normal. They're just going about it normal anyway, in terms of the way that their sport ran before. So football, the way I see it, it should be that if it's not safe enough to just play the game normally,
it shouldn't be played.
You shouldn't be playing.
Bro, the way I see it, if they have to enforce all these rules on a football pitch, it shows that they're not doing their due diligence beforehand. Because if all the players have been tested prior, then why do you need to play the game any differently? Why? Because if you're adamant that
they're trying to say, I think the problem with this testing thing is that there's the testing. If the person comes in contact with someone on the way to the game on that day, I swear you wouldn't have got corona yet. But
because they're still hibernating in your body, But because of that, that means surely if you're not quarantining players, and isolating them, then it's never going to be safe, bro.
That's why even though it got laughed off, what Dana White said for UFC about a month ago about taking all the all the fighters to an island and fighting, that was a way to fix all these problems, because then
very feasible. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know that, and no one could tell me there's not money to fly everyone out to an island or whatever. There's not, or to a remote place with one stadium or whatever. There's no.
Yeah, there is.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, those things are easy because there's enough money in the game.
Most of these men have got private jet money anyway. You know them ones. He could easily just hire the plane. He hire about 3-4 planes, yeah. Put all the fighters on there, fly them out. All of them do their training camps with their trainers and that in a facility over there. It's an indoor thing anyway.
That's what I'm saying, but it got shut down anyway.
Yeah, but it's feasible though, bro. Like, even in the Olympics, we have Olympic Village, bro. There's no way, yeah. There's no reason why the players couldn't all be quarantined at their prospective training grounds, because, bro, LVG built beds at Carrington, bro, and he had man sleeping there and studying. Like, they have the facilities there, bro. He had them sleeping at Carrington. He could have these men sleeping at Carrington, yeah, and training like a boot camp thing for like 6 weeks or something like that. And then you only travel to the coach, and then you get off at the other stadium, play the game, get back on. No one's getting.
I know there's places like that, because even Man City's facility, I know St. George's Park as well. It's got bare space. It's got so much space. It's got training pitches.
It's got land.
It's got land. It's got land. It's got a hotel there. It's got everything. But again, this is how I don't understand how we got to this point where the Premier League's coming back. People are still not happy about the decision. Like, it's almost like the players haven't been consulted, the teams haven't been consulted properly, and it's all coming from the Premier League and the leagues, the league owners. That's it. That's what it comes down to. The league owners and the government, who both want it to come back. That's it.
But they're putting money before safety, because if they were really worried about safety, this is something that they should have been thinking about ahead of time, bro. It's not like they haven't had 8 weeks, blood. I've been locked in my yard for 2 months, really. So what? You had 2 months, and we could work this out in a little conversation here, but in 2 months' time, you still ain't really got it. They still haven't told us how they're going to do it, how they're going to run the fixtures, how many weeks they're going to run it. They haven't said any of this, bro, because they're still working it out, bro. And it shows you, yeah, the incompetence here that's been running from the top of the government to the football bodies to everything. It's just all about how can we get this TV money. Like, they were talking about in the Premier League playing 4 games live and stuff like that, because they're just thinking about the TV money.
Yeah, of course. What's your thoughts on when they said it's entertainment, everyone needs a morale boost?
Bro, I'd tell man to suck his mum, his dead grand, everything, if man ever said that to me about morale boost, bro. Do you know what I mean? Bro, there was a nurse the other day that got spat at and she died, bro. A man are telling me about morale boost. Boost yourself, blood. You know, like that. If you need a morale boost, go rub one out, blood. The man could never say that to me anyway, because it would go off, innit? About morale boost. Man's not a jester, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the paid help, bro. You think man's dynamo, like man's doing magic tricks for you, blood. Like, do you know what I mean?
Some monkey doing tricks in that. Nah,
I'm morale boost, bro. Like, this is real people's lives, man, are talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when man's in intensive care, bro, man didn't say, yo, Boris, wake up, we need a morale boost and that. You know, like that, bro. When man was half dead and that, all of a sudden, man are talking about morale boost. It's a madness. I can't see how you can't realize these are normal people, bro.
Yeah. What the reality is that they know sport turns the gaze away a lot from everything else that's going on. That's it. And they know people, if sport is on, a lot of people, mainly people who watch football or watch sport, is going to be focused towards another thing while there's enough amount of rubbish just happening. Do you know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is with footballers as well, yeah? Because it's mainly a working class sport, yeah? They don't rate footballers as people, blood. Do you know what I mean? That's why they get so angry about how much footballers make, bro. It's because it's a traditionally working class sport, and a lot of people, yeah, they're the first people in their families to have money, bro. No one talks about how much money F1 drivers make, because they make way more money than footballers.
Exactly.
No one talks about how much money flipping golfers make and all these other men. These men make real money, bro. Like, even Hollywood actors, bro. These men are getting 50 million, yeah, for a film, blood. Like, do you know what I mean? Before the box office numbers are slapping down. You know them ones, like, they're getting different kinds of money, bro. And no one wants to talk about how much they make. Do you know what I'm saying? But because man come from a working class environment, it's kind of like, you shouldn't be on this kind of money. But since you are, go out there and die for man. Why don't get all these musicians and that, bruv? Reinstate Glastonbury. Get them man to go sing for us, blood. We need entertainment, blood.
Yeah.
We need entertainment, bruv. Go out there and sing, blood.
That's, you summed it up. That's what I'm saying. No one ever brings up how much, like, one of the Avengers makes on a film, for example, or any of these man. Yeah, that's the mad thing. But that just sums up the fact, like you said, people think, and not even just the government, a lot of wash people who just get sucked into it, where they keep talking about it as well. People always bring up footballers with money because they obviously think they're overpaid.
Yeah, they don't deserve it. But the reality is, yeah, you earn what you don't even earn what you're worth in football. If a footballer's on 300 grand a week, yeah, he's worth 3 million.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? But anyone that knows business knows you don't get paid what you're worth to a company, bro. You could be the head. You could be the head of recruitment at Apple or something like that, bro. Like, Apple, one of the biggest companies in the world. If you got paid what you were actually worth, you wouldn't need to work.
100%. I always said that. I always said it especially about Man United as well. Yeah, a lot of people laugh about Man United signings and how much they pay, and people don't understand. Man United make that money back quick time. It's nothing. Like the mega store, bro. Some of these sales, even just the shirt sales alone,
the photography they made back in shirt sales in 24 hours.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So
what is that? Zlatan's shirt sales were like 70 million and we got him for free.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why 70 million
wages, a million times over.
100%. Exactly.
That's why shit players get less money and good players get more. Like, exactly. Not everyone's on the same amount of money, bro. You get paid a percentage of what you're worth, innit? So all of these footballers, no matter how good or how not good they, bruv, all of them earn their money, bruv, and they're worth a lot more than they're getting paid.
100%.
It's that simple, innit?
100%.
So people don't understand how business works, innit? Like, football is entertainment, just like wrestling's entertainment, just like flipping movies are entertainment, and all of these entertainment industry is the most lucrative industry on planet Earth, bro. Because we need entertainment, bro. Do you know what I mean? And people are willing to pay for entertainment. That's why people buy concert tickets, people buy football tickets for their family, people buy computer games. Why do you think PlayStations are fucking, like, Sony makes so much money from PlayStations? Because people pay for entertainment, bro. Sky packages, people pay for these things.
And that will never change.
And that will never, ever change, bro. So the people that are actually providing the entertainment definitely deserve to get paid the money, bro. I mean, it's not even an argument. It's not even an argument. And it's only...
And that's the dumb thing. Anytime you see anything that's not 100% positive about a baller, first thing you see is, and he's getting paid 100 grand a week, blah, 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 or look how much he's getting paid. That's the first thing people say with footballers.
But they're envious. That's all it is, bro. Maybe you should get a talent so you can get paid, innit?
Yeah. That's the maddest thing. You never see that with any movie star, any whatever. You never see how much, bro. A lot of people don't even look into how much these men are getting paid. Like you said,
bro. You see what opened your eyes? Remember back in the day when MTV Cribs used to come on, bro?
Yeah.
And I used to think, how come I don't know this bro? And he's got like 8 bathrooms.
Yeah.
you know, like that. That was my first introduction to like the sports world and the entertainment industry. And certain artists and stuff, musicians, you'll think, bro, I don't even fuck with their music, but this spread's got like a whole ranch, blood. Like, these men have got peas. And in America, like, it's not frowned down upon. No one says, oh, look how much these basketballers, bro. They speak about their salaries like it's nothing. They'll be like, yeah, I got a 200 million, do you know what I'm saying? Like, guaranteed and that. They just talk about it like it's nothing.
Wow, trust me.
But in England, yeah, you buy your mum a sink and all of a sudden it's like, right, like you spent 10 bags on a sink. So what, blood? Now I can afford it. Like, why can't I buy shit I can afford? It's entertainment, bro. Man, like the other day I see they put out the musician list and that, and they were like, well, the estimates, and they had Stormzy on there, like Rihanna and all of that. Bro, it's no one's business, yeah, how much man's worth, blood. It's not. I don't know who benefits from it. Like I tweeted, it's like, bruv, the only people that benefit from this information are people that might be thinking of robbing a man. Why do I need to know that my man's worth 50 million?
Which unfortunately, that's the world we're in now. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. It's like, it's full of envy and a perspective. And it's like there is no benefit actually of knowing any of this information.
There's none. Like, what do I do with knowing, yeah, that Stormzy's worth like 500 million, or 50 million, sorry. What does that mean to me? What can I do with that?
Yeah.
Now, what can I do with it?
No.
But they publish these lists and all of that because you know what it does? It breeds contempt, yeah, from the people that don't have it. And then they start looking at people saying, right, they shouldn't have that. But then you see people like Gary Lineker and all these other men, yeah? And look at Gary Neville and them, man. Why don't you publish what these men are making?
Yeah, exactly.
Put it out there then. You're telling us what the footballers are making. What, you think Neville and Carragher are making 25 million a year from Sky?
Yeah, exactly. They're keeping quiet, man.
Bro, put it out there. You want to put footballers' wages at cool. Do you know what I mean? These men saying footballers should give 25%. You give 25%.
100%.
You know what I mean? The more money you have, the more responsibility you have, the more overheads you have. Do you know what I mean? You might have money, yeah, you might be a footballer, but you have businesses, you got staff that you need to pay, you got family members that you're taking care of, your grand might be in a home that you're covering. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of different things that
that's why it's all perspective. Like, and that's why it's like you're even now. That's what's so funny about life. Like, people are sitting there saying, like, oh, how is Floyd Mayweather still promoting stuff? He shouldn't need to promote stuff. For example, yeah, whether or not he's right or wrong with his banner, yeah. But people don't realize from your perspective, he's rich, yeah. But don't get twisted. There's people around the world who, from their perspective, you're rich.
Yeah, and and
they're probably like,
about perspective.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're like, why are you doing that? I'm living off £5 a week.
Yeah.
Bro, how are you complaining? Do you know what I'm saying?
But it's facts, bro. It's all about relativity, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because he's probably looking at fucking Bezos and them, man, yeah, saying, yeah, you think I'm rich?
$1 billion Bezos and that.
Yeah, look at Bezos, blood. Look at Zuckerberg. Like, I'm not rich. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I'm all right, but I want that money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then there's, man, like, when you get people up north, I remember, like, the people up north were, like, from the mining towns and that, talking about people in London and stuff like that, saying, oh, there's no work here, we ain't got no money here, this, that, and the other. And look at London, like, say everyone in London's balling. Do you know what I mean? But in their head, they're like, bruv, like, this is what we're living off, and these man are living in London where the streets are paved with gold, yeah? Like, these man are doing way better than us. It's all about perspective, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what you call rich ain't rich to someone else, and what's poverty to you ain't poverty to someone else. You can always find someone either end of the spectrum, yeah.
100%.
No matter who you are.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is, bro. So just because you don't have that money, that you don't know what you would do if you did have it, bro. Because all of a sudden, your family, you're looking after your whole family now. I know if I get 10 million in the bank tomorrow, yeah, I know I got to look after not only my mum, my aunties, my grandma, everyone, blood. All of a sudden, I'm looking after everyone, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not just myself. So all of a sudden, that money that you think I have, it's got places to be, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? So all these people are like, oh yeah, like Ozil can take a pay cut, bro. Why should he?
Yeah. But that's why I rate the likes of I rate players who stand out in it and stand up for what they're saying, because he doesn't have to. He can keep quiet. And for a long period of time, the majority of footballers are quite reserved and they just do as they're told. And like I said, I think I said it to you last week, I've now grown a lot of respect for the likes of Ozil. Do you know what I mean? Because I only knew of Ozil from his on-field displays, innit? And ironically, it seemed the opposite of what he's like off-field, which is like he doesn't care. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just a floater. Do you know what I'm saying? But actually, man stands for a lot of things. And at the end of the day, that's what matters when it's all said and done. Because when you retire, you can easily become like a puppet that just becomes one of these pundits, like a lot of these other ex-footballers, and just run out your career for 20 years after you retire. Fine. And he's now running the risk that he's now going to get blackballed because he's controversial, etc. But at least now he's being real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he stands for something, innit? And a lot of athletes that do stand for something, over time, people will look back and they will respect these people, innit? Like, whether or not, like, it's off-brand or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it's all said and done, man will respect him. Like, his international career comes short because he stood for something. You know them, man. Like, he weren't about to take this racism. And he said, you know what, fuck these man. These men are racist. You know what I mean? Man didn't want to hear it, but it's facts, bro. I mean, you look at Germany's numbers with or without Ozil, it speaks for itself, innit? Now, do you know what I mean? Like, he was a big part of that team. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is. Like, I respect him. I respect all the footballers. I respect Danny Rose, all these other men that say, you know what? I don't, but fuck it. Like
Yeah.
I'm here for all that energy, blood. That's the energy I walk with on a daily basis, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know, like certain issues are bigger than just your own well-being, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a global issue, or it's a cultural issue, or it's a community issue. Yeah? That's bigger than just yourself, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because this is the same way that you have to raise your kids. So if you can make a difference, why not?
100%. I'm talking about making a difference. Yeah. What's your thoughts on I don't know if you heard that news story that came out a couple of days ago. Mario Balotelli coming out and saying that to bring obviously for anyone who's listening is he wants to basically up and lift a lot of black players or black footballers or black organizations off to Africa because of the racism that's happening in Europe, and to start a league there. What's your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with him. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I think that we've got enough money to do it. But the thing is, you know what it is, yeah? The reason why we won't get unity in that is because a lot of people, yeah, are scared, innit? They're scared about their brands. They're like, you know what, yeah? Like, I might alienate myself from certain people. Do you know what I mean? I might lose money because people might see it as, people see pro-black as anti-white, but it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So because of that, the thing is, every other community circulate wealth within their own apart from us. Do you know what I mean? So when Jewish people are saying, I'm only gonna shop in certain places, nobody looks at it as racist. No one does. Do you know what I mean? No one said that if they say, oh, I'm only gonna eat kosher food, I'm only gonna shop in Jewish owned places and that, they keep the money in the community, no one cares. But as soon as we do it, everyone's gonna be like, well, you know what? The people that are paying these man, maybe their sponsors or whatever, are probably white people. So they're gonna be like, you know what, like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure. That's why certain men don't want to speak out about certain things, because they're worried about technically the mouth that the hand that feeds them.
100%. I'll be honest though, you know, when I saw that news, I thought it was a great idea, innit? Yeah. But one thing I will say that, and this is just to keep it real, innit? Keep it 100. Like, I don't think it will ever happen, and it's not because of the money. Like you said, the reason why I don't think it will happen is because I don't think black people as a culture, yeah, especially even in football, yeah, when it comes to racism, I don't think they even stand together. Yeah, and I'll say that to
they
the point.
They don't stand together because a lot of men are thinking about their money
100%.
and their image over what's right.
What's right, bro. It's like if something happened on the field, yeah, like to a black player, yeah, let's say a banana was thrown at him. This happened. Many players, Balotelli, Etu, Dembele, Moiski. There's multiple players. He's not the only black player in the field at that point, or even of ethnic origin. Yeah. When he's threatening to walk off, all black players walk off with him. All of them. Yeah. But
whether you're on his team or not, you should walk off.
100%. And what's on top of that? Don't just send send one of them typical generic tweets about disgusting and then move on with your life after that. Keep talking about it. Do you know what I'm saying? After the Balotelli thing, all black players should have spoke about it for weeks.
Yeah.
Like every time they're coming on, even if it's nothing to do with the bro. I would have been the same person. I would have come off a 3-0 win and done a press conference after the game, and I'll bring up Balotelli randomly.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? But instead, what it is the ones that did tweet would just be like, let me do this to show that I'm
but if it doesn't affect them personally, they don't care. It's just like Glenn Johnson wearing the Suarez shirt, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, and that's the factor. There's enough players, like you said, to keep it real. There's players who sitting there thinking, I ain't got race. I'm not getting racism. I'm not affected by racism. Everyone loves me. It's not happened to me. I'm sorry it's happened to you, but it's not happening. I'm not affecting. I'm not messing up my promotion. Do you know what I'm saying?
But this is why when Adi Bayo's like, fuck everyone, I'm just doing my own thing. I get it, blood. I get it, bruv. Because like there's no unity in it, bruv. There's none whatsoever in it. So you know what? I spend my money how I want. Don't tell me to donate money to Africa or whatever. Don't tell me to do that. Do you know what I mean? Man, he's like, I'll dance in my fucking tights, blood, and I'll do what I like. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like I get it sometimes because Balotelli's he grew up in Italy, yeah. He's been abused his whole life. So he's like, he gets it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? He gets it. But then there's other players that would be like, you know what? I'll send you the money, but keep my name out of it. You know what I mean? Like even when I was watching the MJ documentary, when he was like, oh, like I sent money to the candidate, yeah, but I didn't affiliate my name with him because he was worried about selling trainers, and he just didn't want to lose money, yeah, because he knows a lot of the white Republicans, yeah, are still buying his thing. So he was more about his bank than he was about black people. That's why I don't really fuck with Michael Jordan.
We got to move on to Michael Jordan in a second still.
I think he's a coon, bro. Like, that's what I think. A man don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to have that conversation, bro. Listen, I'm the king of unpopular opinions, bro. Like, man, know that already. You see me, I see things.
I swear, so you never liked him?
No, bruv, like, I like Space Jam. Do you know what I mean? But I never grew up wanting to be like Michael Jordan, bro. Allen Iverson was my favorite basketball player growing up.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Man, I pierced my ears because a man had the bling. He had the tattoos. I ain't got no tats, but he was like a rapper. Like,
and he was still doing numbers.
You see what I'm saying? He was a bad boy. He was moving to guys and he was still posting numbers, bro. Allen Iverson's cold, and he played with mad swagger as well. You know them ones. Like,
so what was your thoughts on that Last Dance then? So far in it, obviously it's not finished.
I think that is showing me that Michael Jordan's an idiot, bro. Like, I don't like him. Do you know what I mean? I don't like him. Everyone's saying that it's showing all this work ethic and all of this, bruv. You can be a hardworking guy and not be a prick, fam.
Yeah,
you know them, but you know what it is with you know what it is with the black community. Yeah, we do it a lot. We did it with Michael Jackson. We did it with R. Kelly. Like, when we like somebody, yeah, we know that they're flawed in it, and we just ignore it. And it's a bad thing to do, fam. Do you know what I mean? And it comes from the fact. It comes from the fact that we're not used to having winners in our circle, bro. We're always used to being at the bottom. So when there's someone at the top, we champion them, even though they're doing the wrong thing.
100%. And bro, that's why, you know what? Years ago, before I watched this Last Dance thing, I don't know if you remember the whole story about Chameleonaire, innit? Yeah.
Nah, I didn't hear it. What happened?
You watched the Chameleonaire thing?
No.
The story with Michael Jordan?
Nah.
Oh my God, bro. After this, watch it, yeah? I'm just gonna tell you what happened quickly. Chameleonaire about 5 years ago dropped a video in it, just him talking to the camera. It's all over YouTube, innit? And he said Michael Jordan, he had one of the saddest moments of his life, yeah, where he approached his hero, innit, Michael Jordan, at some after party event, innit, to get a picture. Yeah. Imagine Chameleonaire is not a big rapper, and he's not top tier, but he's still known enough where, like, bro, that's still for him to even ask Michael Jordan for a picture like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's any random fan. So he was like, "Oh, hey, can I have a picture?" Bro, Michael Jordan, I'm shortening the story in it. Michael Jordan turned around and said, "I don't take picture with N-word. I don't take
no. Are
bro,
you sure? For real?
I don't take picture." And he was like, he turned his shoulder and carried on talking.
But bro, listen, I didn't even know that story, and I knew that Michael Jordan was Uncle Ruckus from early. Like, bro, I could tell as soon as he said the Republican thing, what he meant to say was, "Yo, white people buy Jordans, fam." Yeah. That's what he wanted to say.
Straight.
So I'm not associating myself with this black brother. Whereas when Obama was running, bro, everyone, Jay-Z's, everyone
said it himself in the last.
Even Obama was like, "Yo, like Obama basically said I don't really fuck with MJ, but I fuck with MJ." Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, bro, MJ was a coon, bro. He still is. Like, he don't care, innit? Like, he don't care. He's about his bag. He was always about his bag, innit? And when I watch the show, yeah, he reminds me of people like, if you're into sport, you know Lance Armstrong's story. You know the Oscar Pistorius. These men are psychotic, bro. Like, they're psychotic. Do you know what I mean?
It looked like he got into people's heads. Like,
bro. Do you know what Lance Armstrong done with the taking drugs and threatening people's lives and that to keep it quiet? And he got his teammates to take drugs and everything, bro, because he just wanted to win. Yeah, that's what MJ's on, bro. Like, he doesn't see a human being. Like, he just saw you man are the vehicles to getting me these rings, innit?
100%.
That's it. He didn't care about these man's feelings. He didn't care about anything, bro. He didn't care about his teammates, bro. He just wanted to win, innit? Like, it's nasty, bro. Do you know what I mean? As a human being, he's nasty. He
sacrificed all positive attributes as a human being.
Bro, you watch the whole thing and nobody say they like him. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Michael's hiding us, but we needed it. He pushed us. He did this." No one says, "Oh yeah, he's a nice guy." No one.
No one.
Nobody likes him, bro.
Yeah.
You know the ones there, like, fuck, I don't want to live a life like that. You
Yeah.
can have all that legacy and all that, yeah. But guess what? When all your numbers that you've got, because people break records, innit? People break records. When all the numbers are gone, how do you want to be remembered, bro?
It's funny because ESPN dropped a top 10 basketball players of all time, like about what, 12 hours ago. Caused mad debate still. And they were like, oh, MJ's undisputed, still number one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bear man were like,
yeah, exactly. Bear man were, do you know what I'm saying?
It's a different time, my guy. And this is how I put it to people, yeah? You know when people like to compare eras? Just say that MJ was the greatest of his era. Because eras change, innit? Michael Jackson was the greatest of his era. Do you know what I mean? But now a lot of Michael Jackson's numbers have been surpassed now.
Yeah, it's true. But then what? So then, you never look at era? You never look at all time. You only look at era. Or is there a person that you can say is all time greatest in music? Or
no, they can never be an all time. You know why they can never? There's a difference. This is a conversation I had with my friend in it, literally maybe a week ago, and we had like a 3-hour conversation. I'm gonna break it down to you. You can be the greatest because you came first and be the pioneer, but that doesn't mean you're the best. Do you see what I'm saying? You can be greater than someone because of the whole thing. Like Michael Jackson is great because he was the pioneer for a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? But then you could say, yo, Usher can sing better than Michael Jackson. You can't argue with that. Because he can. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm definitely going to argue that still.
No, but you can't though. Do you know what I mean? If you know singing, yeah, and you know about vocal range and stuff, then you know. It's just like Madonna is a big icon, yeah, but she can't sing better than fucking Jessie J, blood. Do you know what I mean? But Madonna's greater because Madonna, the whole thing around Madonna is greater, but she's not better. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's why it's all about what you do. You also do the talent. You know what I'm saying?
But there you go. It's what you do with it. The reason why they say Muhammad Ali is the greatest is because of what he stood for. Not because he was the best boxer ever, because he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not the best technical boxer ever, but what he stood for was bigger than boxing, and it transcended the sport. Michael Jordan hasn't done that for black people. He hasn't.
Or for anyone, really.
Or for anyone other than himself. So for me,
I don't even think white people liked him that much.
Well, there you go. His greatness comes from how good he was on the court only. It doesn't come from anything else. Do you know what I mean? So that can be taken away from you. Do you know what I mean? But what Muhammad Ali done can never be taken away from him. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's why he's still being spoke about 50 years. You know what I'm saying? 50
There you go, bro. And in 100 years, people will still talk about Muhammad Ali because of what he did as a man. Do you know what I mean? In 100 years, yeah. But once all Jordan's records are broken, because they will be broken, because basketball as well, because the game's changed, it's a higher scoring game now. So
that's why the likes of LeBron is making more of his moment. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not just on the court doing his job like Jordan.
Exactly. He's doing other stuff.
I never forget one thing Jordan said that made me be like, raw, really? Like when man said, I think they said something about donating to a charity or helping. Oh yeah, that was it. When they were talking about, like you said, the whole Republican thing, when he was supposed to help the Democrat. Blah, blah, blah. And he said something like, before he said the line you mentioned, he said something like, my job's just to be a baller. I'm just a basketball.
Yeah, I'm just a basketball player.
But that's just stupid because you're saying that, but in the flip side, you're the biggest thing in the world and you're selling trainers globally, but you're just a basketball player. Do you know what I'm saying? Just call. Do you know what I'm saying? Just call it as it is. I didn't want to help. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there you go. But this is what I'm saying. You know what? A lot of people don't want to call him out on it. You know why they don't want to call him out on it? Because their man are in love with him. They're in love with him to the point where they're doing the R. Kelly thing, where they knew what happened with Aaliyah. But they still let R. Kelly have a career after that. And only now you want to throw stones at R. Kelly, but you knew what he was on from then. If they cancelled R. Kelly then, when the Aaliyah moment happened, we wouldn't have been getting all the other stuff that came after.
You summed it up about 10 minutes ago. You said, like, with black culture, there's such a minute amount of people who's on that level of, like, greatness in terms of skill. When something like that happens, and MJ's in that bracket because he was black, Bill Cosby, OJ before our time, but he was flipping bits. Who do you just mention? Who's the other guy you just mentioned?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yeah. So these men are look, do you know what I'm saying? Like people can't. I've seen tweets, people saying, "Oh, I never liked R. Kelly. R. Kelly wasn't even that good at a musician."
You're lying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Don't lie about it now. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now it's cool to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. It's like people follow trends and only comment on things at the time that is good. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't fuck with Michael Jordan. I'm not buying Jordans. I never wear them, bro. Like if someone gives me them, I'll give them to someone else.
Them inflated prices and that.
Bro, but you know, because you know where it is, yeah, brother. You ain't done nothing for the community, so why should I do something for you, bro? I'm not gonna give you my money.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I'd rather buy Yeezys, blood, because at least Kanye's wife's getting black man out of jail, fam. Like she's done more for black people than Michael Jordan. But man, don't want to have this conversation.
And for anyone listening, for Rants to say that means he definitely don't like Michael Jordan.
Bro, it's true though, bro. On a level, yeah, this girl went and got a law degree, you know, so she can be going down and doing. She's getting man out of jail, literally. Do you know what I'm saying? Kanye made Jesus walks in it, so even though man, them man are saying Kanye done the magazine, yeah, but he done Jesus walks too, blood. You know, I'll wear Yeezys, I'll wear Jordans. Blood.
That's the worst thing about Michael Jordan, though, like the fact that he's probably sitting there and laughing at urban culture in general, or black culture, because the people who are funding
I can't remember what he said to Chameleon. I'm still dying. I can't believe he said that.
Bro, the people who are funding his brand, yeah, and business
are the people that he don't care for.
Bro, he's like, I don't care about them. Bro, when you watch that Chameleon, I've been seeing some comments, bro. There's people who've even watched it in this now, yeah, bro. It's such a mug off, yeah, that you would laugh. But back then, people, do you know what happened? Back then, when he said that, bare ballers and stuff came out and defended Michael Jordan, said, "Oh, I don't think he does that. That's not something that he would do." But now people have watched Last Dance. People have gone back to watch that Chameleon story, and people are like, because it was sad from Chameleon's side, because Chameleon was like, this guy was my hero, and now I didn't meet him. Because now I met him, now I realize he's
an Uncle Tom rude boy. And there's man in the comments saying MJ's not a politician and that. You don't have to be a politician, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, if you're a prominent figure, yeah, you have an obligation to society, yeah, to do the right thing to society, bro. At the end of the day, I know me personally, yeah, bro, I ain't flipping Michael Jordan. I got a little platform. Do you know what I mean? It's not little compared to the average person, but it's still small, innit? Like overall, I got about 250,000 followers on every platform, yeah? Whatever. But I know, yeah, when Pogba's getting racial abuse and all these other things, as a black man, yeah, I can't have my platform and not talk about it. Yeah, I mean, of course you're going to lose followers. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? That's why a lot of the fans, do you know what I mean? Like the Manchester-based Manchester United fans, do you know what I mean? That think a certain way. They'll be like, oh, he's talking about this again. Yeah, and I'll keep talking about it, bro. But you don't have to like me, bro.
And you know what? Like you said, that's a great point. And I know someone commented saying Jordan could have done stuff behind the scenes, but the reality is, at the level he's at, yeah, at how known he is, yeah, he does need to come out sometimes and say certain things. Like, do you know what I mean? He does need to.
He does. Behind the scenes ain't good enough, bro. Because at the end of the day, when you've got a massive platform, behind the scenes don't work. Do you know what I mean? Behind the scenes works for the man that's not really known but has bare money. But I can give you money.
Trust me.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll be real. Before I watched Last Dance, obviously, and I'm sure I'm like a lot of people. Obviously, I knew I've been watching basketball anyway before, and I've been obviously knowing who Michael Jordan was on the level of the records he's done and the three-peats, all of that, yeah. But what that show showed me was what a global superstar this guy really was. Do you know what I mean? Like above all, do you know what I'm saying? He was the biggest superstar I saw before my time in it. The last one before my time in it. So to be in that position, yeah, and have that much global success and that many people know you, and you're not coming out to do all of these things, but yeah, bro. Be all the way.
Saying, oh, I sent him money. What good is money, bro?
Be all the way one way or be all the way another way, innit? Like, be like I said, in a footballer's perspective, be like someone like Pablo Aimar or Raquelme, who stayed at home living in a village his whole life, even when he was at the heights in his peak with Villarreal. He lived it all the way through, though. He didn't do that. But then when something happened, do you know what I'm saying? Live it all the way through. Don't try and be a superstar doing all these press conferences, doing all these. But then all of a sudden, I'm just a basketball player.
No, you're not. If you're just a basketball player, stop selling trainers.
Exactly. Don't do Space Jam. Do you know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? Man was filming a movie, training for basketball, and he's saying, I'm just a basketball player. No, you're not, bro.
Yeah. But like you said,
you're a cultural icon, blood. That Jordan logo, everyone knows what that is. You're a cultural icon, but now you're just a basketball player. No, you're a selfish dickhead, bro. That's what you are. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, man don't want to have that.
The whole thing, bro, even and I'm sure you've seen it the last couple of episodes, bro. There was one part where he was filming for the Space Jam. The guy selfishly got everyone to come and train with him in his camp. And for some reason, all ballers came and played. It's like he had them wrapped around his finger. Do you know what I'm saying? And anyone who rebelled against him, you see it was a massive problem. And he's fell out of them to this day, basically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro, to the point where with Isaiah, my man never made the Olympic team because of Michael Jordan. And he still don't like man. Imagine the Olympics, the fucking dream team, one off. A man never made the team because you just didn't like him. But man, rate this guy, you know, as a person. I can't stand him, bro. Do you know what I mean? Everything about him stinks, innit? Amazing basketball player, one of the greatest ever, undisputed. But as a man, disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
He sold his soul, boy.
He did sell his soul for the money. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what, bro? You can't take that money with you, bro. Do you know what I mean? So is what I mean. If you're someone of faith and that you know he'll get dealt with when he needs to get dealt with, bro. You understand? That's just how it is. But people like to overlook that, bro. It's the same in every sport, in football, everything. People will overlook what they want to overlook, my guy. And that's just exactly what it's gonna be, bro. And look, see a man say, Pablo Aimar was a baller. Yeah, he was cold, fam.
He's cold. It's so ironic that we're looking in these times. Yeah, we're saying someone like who's done all of them bad things, but still is seen in perfect high regard. But then you see players like Pogba as an example, or a lot of these other players who's doing so much, but yet is seen negative completely. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense.
But guess what? Because he's doing it behind the scenes, innit?
Yeah.
You know them ones like Ozil been donating money to people behind the scenes, but because he doesn't do it in front of you, man are saying Ozil ain't doing nothing, he should take a pay cut. But then these men are saying, what if Jordan's doing it behind the scenes? People like to choose as and when behind the scenes works and when it doesn't, innit? That's what it is. Fuck behind the scenes. Because if you're someone with a big profile, it's a double-edged sword. Because then if you do something, like selflessly, people will say you're just doing it for the publicity. But then if you do it behind the scenes, people will say, yeah, well, we didn't see you do it, so you're not doing it. The reason why MJ didn't associate his name with my man is because he didn't want to lose money. End of story, blood. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? When your profile is so big, sometimes just putting your name next to something is bigger than any amount of money that you can give it.
100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? And people don't understand that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Profile will have people, the aura of a human being have people looking past things. It's just like there was a debate about Zlatan Ibrahimovic and his greatness and stuff like that, and how great really was Zlatan, I don't know if you've seen it. One guy was bringing it up. There's been debates online, and I was having this conversation yesterday when I was on Twitch about Zlatan, and I was like, Zlatan, actually is like one of the biggest myths in football, blood. Like when you actually look what he actually did, compared to his ability and everything like that, it's funny, bro. Like loads of people love Zlatan. Zlatan's talked himself into conversations he doesn't belong in, because 100%. His whole aura is just ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Some people are saying Zlatan's one of the best strikers of his generation, one of the best strikers ever. And then when you actually look at his contributions and his numbers, they're not magnificent.
Yeah, exactly. And
like man's throwing up Jamie Vardy numbers. Like Jamie Vardy's a 1 in 2 striker.
Straight. He
is, and so was Zlatan. But because you know what it is, you know what people judge footballers on? Hollywood moments.
It's Hollywood. You know, it's Hollywood moment.
It's the same with Gerrard. Because they score screamers and that. Man, remember the overhead kick against City. Remember the volley against Newcastle. People remember footballing moments.
100%. And it's like
Zlatan does bicycles, yeah.
Yeah.
Like man are like, yeah, he's one of the greatest ever because he done bicycles. But then you look at Juventus, I think in the season at Juventus, his strike rate was 1 in 3, blood.
100%. But that's what, bro. That's the reason why a lot of them Italian ballers from the 2000s, a lot of them don't even get respect. Inzaghi, Vieri, yeah. These men were not luxury players. They weren't doing overhead kicks every week, but bro, they scored the goals when it mattered. Do you know what I'm saying? They scored them goals.
Watching, even like Hernan Crespo and them, man, Shevchenko in his prime. Bro, do you know what I mean? Batistuta, these guys here that I used to look up to when I was younger, Del Piero, Batistuta were like my 2 favorite strikers, bro, in Italy. And these men were just gunmen. Del Piero had tech here, but Batistuta was just, I'm rassing it, top corner, bottom corner. Everything was just top corner, bro.
Breaking the goal. Hey.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And these men don't get the respect, yeah? But because Zlatan scores bicycles, yeah, and he talks about himself like he's God, yeah, man overlook the fact that he never won a Champions League. Like, you know what I mean? And,
you know, that's why I always like, I always want to be the mic for man players like Jamie Vardy in it, because Jamie Vardy, unfortunately, because he's the opposite of Zlatan in the terms of he hasn't got a brand in that sense of Zlatan can score 1 goal or 2 goals and have a dodgy game, but he'll still be front page in the next day because what he'll say after the game or his celebration. Do you know what I'm saying? Jamie Vardy doesn't speak as clear. He's not got a brand. Like his story, his backstory.
And he came from Fleetwood, bro, and then went to Leicester, gunning down the thing. Jamie Vardy's going to be in the 100 club soon.
That's mad, bro. How has man scored even 18 goals this season or whatever it is? Do you know what I'm saying?
No one's talking about it really. He's just quietly gunning down the league.
Kante in the Leicester team as well. He's still shelling 4 years on.
He's silently just gunning the league down, bro. And no one's talking about it. So when there was a conversation, Barcelona won the Champions League the year after Zlatan left. So did Inter. Do you know what I mean? He went to all these clubs, yeah, and he's saying, yeah, I've won everywhere I've went, but you've played for the best team in the country everywhere you've been. So you're gonna win the league.
But what you mean? You know what? With Zlatan, though, what you pay for, like you said at the beginning, is
pay for the package.
You pay for the package, the aura. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably players like him can come in and he'll strike a little bit of fear into some players that are not woken up. They haven't woken up. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the truth is, a lot of the whole Jordan thing, like we we're mentioning, a lot of that was that where the coach, the GMs, they were watching and probably thinking, you know what, he makes my job easier. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Jordan, a lot of the time, was manager. Do you know what I'm saying? He was doing what Phil Jackson should have done. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So end of the day, it was making his life easier, and that's why players like is a difficult one. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if players like Ronaldo and Messi, I don't know if they help the team or if they actually hinder, because I think man like Ronaldo and Messi probably run their own team talks.
Listen, but the thing is, and what people need to get right about us, yeah, because we're very similar in terms of unpopular opinions, yeah. When we're highlighting facts, yeah, it's not because there's an agenda. It's not because I don't like someone. If I say that Zlatan, yeah, is overrated, that don't mean Zlatan's shit. That means, yeah, people overlook a lot of things he does because of who he is. When Zlatan was at United, I watched this guy miss at least 20 one-on-ones in one season, and nobody spoke about it. If that was Rashford, they would have been pelting him.
Yeah.
I would have been pelting, but I pelted Zlatan too.
Or if it was Martial, even worse.
Bro, I pelted Zlatan. That season, Pogba was putting this guy through on goal again and again, and he kept missing. But then Zlatan will score a bicycle, yeah, and all of a sudden, man will forget that he's missed 6 one-on-ones in the game.
Then he will say some mad story about how he's the greatest of all time or something.
Bro, Aguero would never miss those. Suarez would never miss those. Vardy wouldn't miss those. Harry Kane wouldn't miss those. Like, arguably, Zlatan ain't even better than Harry Kane, bro. When you look at the numbers. He's not, bro, because Harry Kane's way more clinical and efficient. But because man ain't scoring overhead kicks from 25 yards, like, it's not a conversation people want to have, bro. But Zlatan's not clinical. But he scores lots of, but he's not clinical, though. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why at teams like Barcelona, he only lasted 1 year.
But that's it. That's it. But you know that what carries you more, like I said, is the branding, isn't it? That's it. And to be honest, it helped Balotelli for a lot of years after when he was playing poorly as well, because
Balotelli, carried him.
Because when you keep saying you're the greatest or you're great or you're gonna win a Ballon d'Or, blah blah blah, when you say these lines, a lot of clubs and a lot of players back you. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll go all the way through you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they'll think, okay, this guy must be, this guy's going to follow through on his word. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with Jordan, same with a lot of these players. But Zlatan, I feel that what he does better is probably that he probably drives and motivates players to be better.
Yeah, his character.
More than
100%.
he performs. Do you know what I'm saying?
Think about it, yeah. Man called the French league a farmers league. That's the only league, yeah, that he had exceptional numbers in, yeah. And compare his numbers to Neymar's numbers. Neymar scored more goals than he's played games in that league. But a lot of people won't admit that Neymar's better than Zlatan. They'll think Zlatan's better than Neymar. A lot of men think Neymar's shit. That he's overrated. But they rate Zlatan. But Zlatan's numbers aren't Neymar numbers. And Neymar's not even a 9. Neymar drops in, he gets assists, does everything. Zlatan was just a focal point 9, and he didn't score as much as Neymar. Do you see what I mean? But again, people's perceptions of the overall person, yeah, mean that they don't want to have conversations. You know what I mean? Numbers don't always work with certain players. If you play in the hole like Iniesta, numbers don't work. But if you're a striker, numbers work, bro. It's your job to score goals.
100%.
So why are you a one in 3 player? 1 in 3 for an elite player is disgraceful. You know what I'm saying? It's not good.
I think for Zlatan, like the game has changed, isn't it? And he doesn't. His style of play is more like he's a close foot. He needs the ball to be able to do tricks and do a lot of close ball work. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't. And obviously his first touch is great. Don't get it twisted.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
But he's not. But he's not pacey. Do you know what I'm saying? And he hasn't really got that agility that he hasn't got that agility that top world-class current strikers have in it. I know he's old now, but even in
his prime, he never had that.
Back 10 years ago, you used to have more time on the ball. Do you know what I'm saying?
Way more. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same as it is now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Slower pace of game, everything like that. And that's why it's important to compare footballers in eras. Do you see what I mean? Because the eras, the football changes, it evolves, innit? But when man have the conversation and say, how come Zlatan, yeah? You can't tell me that none of the teams that Zlatan were in were good enough to win a Champions League. You can't tell me that Juventus team weren't good enough. You can't tell me that Inter Milan team weren't good enough, bro. Because all they done was swap man for Eto'o and they won it. You can't tell me that Barcelona team wasn't good enough. But when it mattered, he couldn't get his team over the line, bro. He couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, he couldn't do it. That's what it comes down to, bro. Do you know what I mean? Are you clutch? Yeah? Are you in the moments? Can you do it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I watch basketball, and the guys that watch basketball will know, yeah. You see, LeBron's last season in Cleveland, yeah, he had no business getting that team to an NBA's final because, bruv, their team was shit. You know that they were shit, bruv. No names, blood. And he dragged them there. Do you know what I'm saying? Dragged them. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And certain man can do that. Zlatan talks about himself like he's Michael Jordan, but who did you drag anywhere, blood? You didn't drag no one nowhere, blood. All your teams that won the league would have won the league without you anyway. Do you see what I mean? And in the Champions League, bruv, how come you couldn't drag your team to a Champions League final? So a lot of men won't even question man's credentials because he talks about himself a certain way. And then there's people like Jamie Vardy that just go under the radar. That's a 1 in 2 striker about to have 100 goals, and he came from non-league football.
But that's why. But that's the hard thing. That's the problem, isn't it? It's like people, even the way they analyze the game and they decide who's better and why, their reasons are dumbfounded. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like they don't think about all these extra things that you mentioned. That's why, like, we know Drogba's record's not that good, but Drogba on the big games and how he dragged his team up, not just from performances, but mentality as well. He made it happen. He dragged Chelsea through a lot of key games to get to where they needed to be to win the major trophies. Do you know what I mean? You could evidently see that. Do you know what I'm saying? But having said that, do you know what I mean? On the other flip side, his record wasn't that good. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
but the thing is with Drogba, yeah, Drogba's another striker that I never I wouldn't say I didn't rate him, yeah, but I didn't fear him. I always thought that people thought he was better than he was. But you know what it is with Drogba? His mentality, yeah, is what made him like bigger than his actual sum of parts. Because as a footballer, technically, he didn't have the most amazing touch. 100%. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? He struck the ball well, like from free kicks and that, but it was a power thing. It was more because he's got that prowess. He's a powerful guy. His hold-up play wasn't amazing, but he was a good focal point. He would make the defender earn their money, bro. When you played against Drogba, you knew you was in for a tough night, and he scored when it mattered. He turned up, but actually he was a 1 in 3 striker. His goal record, brother, Jermaine Defoe, Darren Bent, all these men were better goal scorers than Drogba. But Drogba scored in the big games, so people remember him scoring in the big games and equate that to him being an amazing player, and then start comparing him to Henry, which is an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you see what I mean? Because he can't lace Henry's boots, blood.
100%.
You know what I mean? But because he scored in the big moments, people use the moments to evaluate the whole player.
100%.
And that's what people do with Rooney and other players like that. Rooney was a brilliant player in his time, but do I ever think he was ever as good as Suarez? No. Was he good as Aguero? No. No, he wasn't that level. He wasn't as good as Henry and them, man. But because Rooney scored 6 goals, a lot of people remember the isolated incidents. They don't remember that he's only got 1 World Cup goal. Do you know what I'm saying? 1.
Mad.
Now, I mean, most of his goals for England were in qualifiers and that. But actually in tournament goals scored, it doesn't look good. Champions League, he averaged 3 goals a season. Over 12, it took him 12 years to beat Ruud van Nistelrooy's record that he made in 4.
Yeah.
But people don't remember those things. People just remember, right, Rooney scored this important goal here, and it's all about boom. Like, but actually, season for season, he averaged beneath 20 goals a season. That's
the mad thing. That's what I'm saying.
But longevity got him the numbers. But people will be like, yeah, but he's a Manchester United legend. Yeah, he is a legend. But a lot of legends in football, it's a longevity thing. Carragher's a legend, not because of how good he was, but because he's from Liverpool. And he played for the team for so long, but he was shit. He wasn't even a mid-table defender. He wasn't even better than Tyrone Mings. Do you see what I mean? He wasn't even better, bruv. You watch Jamie Carragher play; he was awful.
But like you said, a lot of them players.
In today's game, blood, he's not a Premier League centre back.
100%, and a lot of them players, the worst ones is see Carragher. There's too many times he was run ragged as well. Like he was run ragged too many times. And elite defenders, there's only a couple of times max in their career they run ragged. He was run ragged like all over the shop. Do you know what I'm saying? But with players like Carragher, like you said, loyalty fares something, and that's why loyalty is something that if you're loyal to a team. Yeah, at least the players at that, the fans at that club anyway is going to respect you. Do you know what I'm saying? For a long period of time, and Carragher probably clocked that. Players like Carragher probably clocked. Look, if I become a one club man, my name's going to live for longer, innit?
It's the same with Nev as well, yeah. Like man were like, oh, you disrespected Gary Neville because I said, oh, Neville weren't that good, but he wasn't. Like, bro, in today's game, who would he play for? Not us. You know what I mean? Man never had no skill. He didn't have no pace. He just read the game well and done his job. Like, that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not, bro. In today's game, he's not a top 6 player, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's right backs at Wolves, Everton. All these men are better than Gary Neville. Gary Neville, arguably, is playing in a relegation team. You could argue Norwich's right back's better than Gary Neville.
100%. And I'll be real. I know we're talking about Man United, but the same applies for a lot of players.
Same applies to Lee Dixon.
Bro, a lot of Arsenal's defenders.
Nigel Winterburn, these men were whack, bro. Like when you actually break it down, they were shit, bro. But in the era that they were in, it worked, it matched up. And these men have probably got cult status, but in today's game, they're getting nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even when we done like the tissue challenge, when we had to do kick up to the tissue paper, I banged that out calmly. Then I saw Jamie Carragher doing it, running around his house like he was having a seizure, bro. You know what I mean? And this player played at the top level.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Champions League in that.
Do you see what I mean, bro? Like, understand, that, bro, things change. That's why I think era for era, you have to do the era thing.
See, Gerrard, though, is someone who dragged Liverpool through, though. That's someone who...
No, but also with Steven Gerrard, what I would say is, a lot of the time, people would go and like Gerrard's team was worse than it was. There were good players in there, bro. Gerrard had man like Xabi Alonso and Mascherano and them man in the team, and man would say, Liverpool was shit. No, they weren't.
Yeah, do you know why? It's because they had better than players like Smith.
They did. But Liverpool never won nothing with them, man, though. So that don't count.
Yeah.
When Liverpool won the Champions League with Xabi Alonso, baller.
Yeah.
And Dietmar Hamann and them, man. These men are internationals, bro. Gerrard played right mid that game, blood. Gerrard never played centre mid, you know. When Liverpool won most of their stuff, Gerrard didn't even play down the middle. Yeah, that one season he played off Torres, yeah, where he banged bare goals because he was playing like in the free role, like where Lampard played. Yeah. Then he had the season playing on the right because I think it was Houllier or was it no, it was Benitez.
Yeah.
Benitez didn't trust Gerrard in there because he couldn't pass like Alonso. So he played Alonso then, he played Gerrard from the right, and Gerrard scored goals, bro. But the difference is, it's the Captain America thing. Gerrard scored belters, blood. Because he scored important goals.
Important goals, yeah.
People were just like, yo, Steven Gerrard. But when you actually break down the numbers and see where he played, what positions, his best seasons weren't as a central midfielder.
But you see, a lot of the players we've mentioned today, yeah, most of them, where they even lack in ability and stats, where they make up for is their heart.
Gene, blood, and the heart.
Is a clutch in the heart. Is all of that hitting the chest when the cameras are looking and all that stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's an English thing. I said it. If you want to be a Man United legend, just kiss the badge.
That's it.
Because Bearman think Ollie's a legend, but they don't think Cole's a legend or York.
Madness.
Cole and York scored more goals than Ollie in every season that they all played together. But because Ollie scored in the final and he's the manager now, he's a legend. So why isn't Cole and York legends? Why ain't Sheringham a legend? Like Dwight York top scored that season in '99. Why isn't he a legend? You see what I'm saying? Because them man didn't slide on their knees enough and kiss the badge.
You know what I'm saying? It's true.
And this is what I mean. In English football, a lot of it is kiss the badge, passion, this, that, and the other. That's how they rate their players.
But that's why. Listen, like even with the Ollie thing, like I would call him. Yeah, okay, I'll call him a legend. Kind of like with. I have to like put my head to one side.
Bruv, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, talking about Ollie in the same breath as Roy Keane, David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes. I don't.
Even Andy Cole and Dwight York. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't feel comfortable doing that because these men started week in, week out and carried the team, blood. Ollie never carried us. He came off the bench and scored goals. How can I talk about him in the same breath as Paul Scholes? It's not right.
100%. And it's like, listen, it's the same. That's why I don't mean no disrespect to Ollie, but it's like that's what he was doing. That was what Ollie was known for. A player that came off the bench and done, do you know what I'm saying? And done bits for like 6 or 7 years. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, let's not forget what, even talking about that 99 goal, let's not forget what York and Cole done in the semis and in the quarters. Do you know what I'm saying? To drag us through. Do you know what I'm saying? They were elite. That was elite performances then. Do you know what I'm saying?
They were getting 50 goals between them. But they're not legends though. Because they didn't score that one goal in the final. Do you see what I mean about how football fans, how the glaze, how they... It's not right, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not right. If we like someone, we're going to overlook the bullshit. Like, I love Zlatan. As personality-wise, I think he's amazing. Do you know what I mean? But the numbers don't add up.
No, it don't.
You're talking about yourself like you were some god of this football team.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't add up. Do you know what I mean? They don't. Where's your Champions League, bro? You won your first European trophy at a washed Man United. Do you know what I mean? So
he's mastered branding, innit?
He's mastered it. Zlatan don't do branding. Branding does Zlatan, bro. You know what it was there.
You know them ones where he's about when he knows he's being called into the office to be told that his contract's not getting extended. Man's already made a video to say that he's leaving. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm telling you, he's got it on lock, bro. And a lot of footballers do that. The same with the Rooney thing. Like, even when Rooney was past his best and Ferguson was going to sell him last season, Ferguson's last season, Rooney didn't even make the bench because he was going to sell him the last game. And in Ferguson's head, Rooney was finished. Rooney managed to get a new contract and people were still talking him into World 11s, even though he was done. Because the brand of Rooney was so big that when he was washed, man are still playing him centre mid when really he shouldn't be in the team. Yeah, you know them ones, isn't it?
He was Wayne Rooney. That's it.
And it's the same with David Beckham as well. Even when Beckham was past his best, man will be like, nah, we can still play him because he might ping a free kick. And you'll carry him for 89 minutes and hope that he whips a free kick in the top corner because these man's brands are bigger than actually their output on the pitch. And a lot of players are like that. Even when we had Zlatan, bro, he didn't move, blood. We just had to make sure the ball went directly to his feet or we had 10 men on the pitch. And nobody minded, but then they'll call Martial lazy.
But that's what Fergie was usually good at. Like, even if the player was big before, once they're past their best, or once they've got too big for their boots, bro, that's it.
Out the door.
Out. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was good at that. He had that ruthlessness. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think now that's why if you have a manager that hasn't got that level of prestige, not just with Ollie, but with a lot of managers now, what happens is after sooner or later, when you get big, when your club gets more and more successful, you're going to get a big star in that's going to come in and be like, bro, yeah, you're my boss. You can tell me what to do, but really, it's like you know them ones. It's like where someone's become your supervisor at work, and you're like, bro, I'm just as experienced as you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like leave it.
You listen just because you have to, but you're really like you can't.
This is it. When Moyes came in and he gave Rooney that 4-year deal, that's when his career ended. Moyes' career, because he lost straight away. You've come in and you've begged this player to leave, even though him and Ferguson have agreed that he's gone.
Yeah.
And the first thing you begged him.
Yeah.
Already, that shows you're not big enough for the job.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And just little things like that people don't see, innit? People don't identify because they're in love with the idea of a player. And a lot of players, yeah, like it is to do with aura. Do you know what I mean? It's just like KDB, bruv. If he plays a 5-yard pass now, man have got their dicks out.
Yeah, of course. Everyone
because
loves
it's KDB.
Yeah.
The goal that Martial scored against Watford, yeah, if Lionel Messi scored that goal, that would still be on repeat now on Twitter.
Yeah.
You see, because it matters who did it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? The Jordan Ayew goal that he scored the other day for Crystal Palace when he chop man and dinked the keeper.
Tech.
Bro, imagine if that was someone else that did that.
Tech.
Bro, if Harry Kane scored that goal, fam, that would be on BT Sport. Rewind, all now. Do you see what I mean? Like in football, it matters who the player is, bro.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what we're willing to accept. We're willing to accept Zlatan not running, yeah? But man are calling Martial lazy, even though he runs. Do you see what I mean? It just depends on who you are, what man are willing to accept from you in football.
Yeah, that sums it up.
That's just what it is, innit? So, like, It's got nothing to do with not liking certain players. It's just the fact that certain players get away with shit that other players simply would not get away with.
100%. That's what it comes down.
And that's just the realest thing ever. So in football, like, yes, the eye test is good. Do you know what I mean? And stats are good, but there's a place for both of them.
Mm.
But when the eye test and the stats don't match, then you need to be more objective about what you're actually watching. Because if anyone that's watched Zlatan, he's never ran his whole career.
Mm.
And no one's ever had a problem with it. No one's ever called him lazy.
That's why I'm always wary. That's why I'm always wary of, like, even when you talk to people in this day and age who, obviously, now you're talking to a lot of people who haven't even seen a lot of the first 10 years of the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm. And the way that they talk, you can tell instantly they ain't seen these players even play. They ain't even watch highlights on YouTube. They're just going by the stats that they've seen. Do you know what I'm saying? On a piece of paper. Do you know what I'm saying? And some players were ballers that will not be mentioned, whether or not their goals were up there or whether or not they played for a big team. But they unfortunately will just get forgotten very, very quickly because they maybe didn't have the aura, they didn't have the heart, they didn't have the branding, or they didn't have, like I said, the stats. But as watching,
you can tell they were ballers.
Look at Matt Letizier's tech.
Matt Letizier, Mark Viduka, David Ginola.
Matt Letizier scored that Paul Gascoigne goal about 3 times.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying he's on his level, but Matt Letizier had tech.
Mad tech. Even when man used to watch David Ginola, bro, he was one of my favorite players, bro, when he was at Newcastle and then he moved to Tottenham. But David Ginola was dirty, bro.
Mm.
He used to just walk past man, bro. Walk past them. Both feet whipping the ball top corner, just cold. There's not ballers like him now in the Prem. Now, wingers that every time you got the ball, you knew they were beating their man. Like, it wasn't an if thing. You don't tackle him. You know them. Ballers like that. Cold ballers. But a lot of men haven't seen them. And then they'll turn around and tell me about Sterling's world class and that. And I'm like, bruv, like 10 years ago, what he's doing now, you wouldn't even look twice at that. Because man like Ginola, bruv, like you mad. Bow-footed dribbler, shooting 30 yards, 25 yards, everything, chipping keepers and that. Even when you look at like Perez and them man there, bro. Underrated, cold baller. Robert Perez was cold. Robert Perez is better than Sterling and them man there. But you know what I mean? But
Arsenal had played a lot of ballers. Petit, Overmars, you know what I'm saying? Again, stats-wise, like I said, people. I don't even see that. I don't even see pictures of Overmars. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even see. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even see. It's just Bergkamp that they talk about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Overmars was a problem. That pace, blood, used to have me with belly aches, blood, when he got the ball. I was worried. Man, just wetting guys up. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing, because we went in. That wasn't a stats era. That was a common sense era. You just knew who were ballers. So now certain men are bringing their stats, yeah. When a man scored like 15 back post tap-ins because they're in a pep system, yeah. And the man are telling me that, yeah, like he's world class and that. And that's not to say I don't rate man, because just because I say that this bro ain't who you say he is, that don't mean I don't rate them, bro.
That's what people think. That's it. Yeah. That's what I think straight away.
I'm like, no, but it's not that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not that. And it was the same with Rashford. When man were getting on to man saying, oh yeah, you don't rate Rashford. It's not that I don't rate him. He's just not as good as you man think. You know, man, he's not as good as you man think. He's not. Do you know what I mean? It's because we've been starved of greatness. Because if we go back 10 years, he's not getting into no Man United team.
100%. And the same goes for all current global. Well, besides maybe Van Dijk, same with defenders as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, but Van Dijk, even Van Dijk, and you know why I say Van Dijk as well? Because you see how it's hard to compare eras. When you compare the numbers, Harry Maguire is better than Van Dijk on paper. If you look at the numbers, he shits on Van Dijk, you know, all the numbers, all of them. But guess what? Harry Maguire is more of an old school centre back in a chance where like he's more physical.
He ain't got the
technique. Whereas Van Dijk's a new era centre back, so it's different. You know them ones. So when you look at it, yeah, the system that he plays in and the way Liverpool play means that you never really see Van Dijk one-on-one having to defend.
100%. And one of the things
defenders had to defend one-on-one.
100%. And you know what makes Van Dijk smart about what he does is that the way he glides and the way he plays and the way he positions himself, he doesn't put himself in a position where he's going to embarrass himself potentially.
Like Rio. That's what Rio was like.
100%. And the smart thing about that is that you make yourself look like a perfect defender. You don't the team don't concede and you don't break a sweat.
And you always look like you've got it under control, even when you don't.
100%.
Even when you don't. Whereas with Phil Jones, like Harry Maguire, them man there, because they're all like blood and thunder, you catch them man on their knees, blood.
Yeah, see, Phil Jones. Phil Jones.
Same with John Terry, you'll catch them man sliding and on the floor. And man would say that, yo, Van Dijk's got it under control, but it's the same with Trent. We never see Trent defend one-on-one. And when he does, Marcus Rashford was eating Trent alive, bro. Eating him alive, bro. Like, I remember when Rashford scored the brace against Liverpool, he mashed up Trent. Yeah. Mashed him up. One-on-one defending, Trent Alexander ain't good, bro. No. But because he's in a system where he never gets isolated, no one wants to talk about that. Everyone's like, yeah, but look at his assists and that, bro.
That's it.
But you're a defender. But in this era, he's not a defender.
No.
Whereas back in the day, in a 4-4-2, you were a defender. Gary Neville was a defender. So man rated him as a defender. Kyle Walker couldn't defend like Gary Neville. Do you know what I mean? But the difference is, yeah, it's a different era and it's a system. So when you're comparing eras and comparing players, you have to be mindful that systems that players play in allow them to be seen a certain way. The only reason why Trent has that protection, yeah, he put him as a right back of Crystal Palace, yeah. He's
that's why all the time I say these players are good players. But when you start talking about position and is he a good defender, that's a complete different question, isn't it? Because Trent is a great player. Don't get twisted.
In terms of as a player, he's a better player than Wan-Bissaka. In terms of technically everything, because he was a midfielder anyway, and you can tell.
100%. 100%. I said that about a lot of players. There's not very many good. In fact, let me rephrase. There's not that many world-class defenders. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just defend.
Who just defends. There's not that many now. Look, 10, 15 years ago, you think any of these defenders would have survived against the sort of defenders that used to be around across Europe? Come on. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like now we're in the era of attack, not defense. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, imagine Harry Maguire coming up against a prime Hernan Crespo.
Straight.
You get fucked. Or a Shevchenko. And then man there. Bro, Harry Maguire would not be a Manchester United centre-back 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Harry Maguire is a mid-table centre-back at best. Do you know what I mean?
Remember what Crespo done against I swear it was the third goal in the AC just went in and out. Oh, bro, he just took
bro. Like, understand, bro. Do you know what I mean? Remember what Kaka went and done to Man United, yeah? Imagine if Kaka was coming up against John Stones and them, man. John Stones. These are the defenders of today, you know.
But you see with these defenders, they're probably, again, I don't know, but it feels like they're focusing more on their tech and how good they are on spraying long balls.
Because football now, football's not about ability anymore. Football's about athleticism and it's about systems. Back in the day, yeah, football managers were managers. They weren't necessarily coaches, innit? Now, the modern day football managers are coaches as well. Pochettinos, Klopps, Guardiolas, these are coaches. They have systems. They have patterns of play. Man United never had systems and patterns of play. We just had good players. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Man United never switched to 3 at the back, ever. Like, like we played 4-4-2 every game.
Yeah, straight.
And then it changed to a 4-5-1 away from home if we were we needed the extra man if we were worried about Arsenal or something. But we never went to 3 at the back and then done the 5 and that. Nah, like it wasn't a tactical era.
Never.
It was, we got better players than you. We're going to beat you. That's what it was. But now it's all about the system. And this player is better as a fullback. This player is better as a left centre back. They do all these things. But individually, these players are nowhere near as good. Do you see what I'm saying? Individually, they're not.
That's why certain teams like Wolves spot that. They notice now that some of the players that they're playing against in these big games they're individually not that good. So if they can target them on counterattacks and the way that they go down the right or down the left with Traore, etc.,
they can exploit that.
They can exploit. Do you know what I'm saying?
So this is how you exploit Trent Alexander. You isolate him one-on-one and make him have to defend. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they do it. They do it in loads of other sports, bro. They do it in basketball. The reason why Kobe was Kobe and Jordan were Jordan is because they isolated players and they turned it into a one-on-one. That's why they said these men are greedy, they don't pass. Because they isolate their opponent and just shit on them. If I was playing against Liverpool, I'd say, yo, Marcus, when we get the ball, switch it to Marcus and make him run at Trent. Make him have to defend. Make him. Make him, bro. Because most of these men individually, bro, they're not that good. They can't defend. If I'm playing against City, I'm saying make Kyle Walker defend. Make him defend. Especially
these better teams where teams like Liverpool, Trent's probably not even had that many one-on-one situations in games for years. Because Liverpool dominate so many games.
And he have so much of the ball. He's starting position on the halfway line.
That's what I realized. I said it a long time ago. I said with City, bro, that's why in the last couple of months people have noticed when you start actually individually attacking some of these City players, they're not that good. A lot of them are not that good individually. Do you know what I'm saying?
Look how United smashed up City the other day. And you know why Daniel James had so much joy? Because he had pace and the City fullbacks actually had to defend and they didn't know what to do.
Exactly. They're not used to it.
They're not used to it. So the long ball thing into the channels works against Man City. Ping it down and make these guys defend. If you want to play Liverpool the same way, make them defend, bro. Hit that long ball into the channels and stand Trent up one-on-one and make him defend. Make him. Then you'll see that he can't. You know them ones there. And that's just what it is, bro. That's why in certain systems, a lot of Arsenal players that played under Wenger leave Arsenal and they don't have the same career ever anywhere. Song went to Barcelona, flopped. Alexander Hleb went to Barcelona, flopped. All these men looked wavy in the Wenger system and then they went to another team and their individual frailties got shown, bruv, because the system couldn't save them no more.
To be honest, almost every player who left that setup, besides like some of them, like Henry, Petit, most of them.
And even Henry's career at Barca weren't the same as it was at Arsenal.
No, you're right.
It's a different system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot to do with the system that people don't give credit for. Do you know what I mean? But only people that are students of football that understand the game understand how systems work, bro. Same with De Bruyne as well. De Bruyne smashing it in Germany, and then boom, like at Chelsea, different system, didn't work. Do you know what I mean? Mourinho's like he's not up for it. Then he comes to Man City, and he's actually playing like an inside right midfielder. He's not playing centre mid. If you look at where De Bruyne picks up the ball, it's inside right channel, where Beckham used to pick the ball up a lot. De Bruyne's not a central midfielder. He's not. When you look at his heat map, he doesn't play like that. Do you know what I mean? So when man are comparing De Bruyne to central midfielders, he's not one. He's not one. Do you see what I'm saying? So systems enable players to do certain things. Mo Salah's a striker, but he plays from the right. He's not a right winger. There's nothing right winger about Mo Salah. He don't defend. He's a striker.
He is a striker.
But then man will say, oh, Mo Salah, he's scoring bare goals from the wing. He's not a winger.
And then
Ronaldo was a winger at United.
Firmino is a midfielder, a striker, isn't it?
Exactly. Firmino's not a striker. He's an attacking midfielder. But he's playing up front. Do you see what I'm saying? So when man are like, oh yeah, like Salah's a winger and he's scoring bare goals from the wing. No, he's not. The wing is his starting position. But he's a striker. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that don't understand football don't understand that, bro. Ribéry was a winger. Robin was a winger. Yeah, and they never scored 40 goals a season because they were wingers.
Yeah, big difference. Big difference.
You know what I'm saying? So when
you could have said Ronaldo and Messi for most of their career was wingers.
Yeah. But they're both forwards.
They're forwards. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ronaldo played wing at Man United.
Yeah.
That's why he never scored that many goals. Yeah. Because he played right wing and he started on the right and he went down the outside and he crossed it. Because that's what wingers do. When you're cutting in and scoring goals and that, you ain't no winger no more, blood. Especially when you're not defending as well, because wingers defend. If you don't defend and you score loads of goals, you're a striker, bro. Because that's what strikers do.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So, again, understanding of the game of football is vital when you get into conversations with bare man, bro. Because man think you just don't like players when you're stating facts, bro.
Yeah.
I love Raheem, blood. Raheem went to my school. He's from my area. He went to my primary school. He went to the secondary school that my dad went to. We're both from Northwest London, Brent, whatever. But when man are saying he's world class, yeah, and then showing me numbers, yeah, that are completely down to the system he plays in. A man scored bare back post tap-ins because De Bruyne was spamming crosses in, yeah. That don't mean that you can chat to a man like Sane, bro, because Sane's better than him. Do you see what I mean? Even if he plays more than Leroy, yeah, and he scores more goals, he's still not better than him.
Like you said, it's a period now. As soon as you got something bad to say or something to say that's not 100% positive, it instantly means that you're trying to say something. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with the Jordan thing. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with saying Jordan was a great baller. He's a terrible guy. That's it.
Stand for nothing. Man was an alcoholic and a gambling addict. Do you know what I mean? And I bet there's a lot of stuff about him that haven't come out because it's been suppressed. Because the information they've given us here doesn't paint him in a great light, and he gave it the okay. And he even said he was worried about it coming out because he thought that people would think a certain way. So there's loads of stuff that hasn't been said.
You know, a lot of things been edited out. Trust me.
Bare stuff, bro. Been edited out. Do you know what I mean? And even then, it don't make him look good. But it makes him look good to the people that only want to see the good in it. Loads of people are like, I'm bare motivated now. I can't wait to go outside. I'm going to buy a basketball and that, bro. Like this player, he punched Steve Kerr in the face, blood. Steve Kerr's a little 6 foot nobody, a little kid at the time, and Michael Jordan was bullying him. But man don't want to talk about that. They're like, yeah, it's motivational. Imagine if your manager came into your workplace and was just cussing you out and punched you, yeah? Would you say he was trying to motivate you?
Nothing motivational about it. Bro, he just had a single-minded agenda, and
that's it. He's like, listen, I want them rings, yeah, and you pussies better get me there, innit? That's it. Man said, I want to be in the same breath as Magic and Larry Bird. I don't care if it kills all of you.
Yeah.
If it kills all of you, I don't care. That was what man's agenda was, innit? And people can say that that's endearing, but to me, that's a dickhead thing, innit? Bro, like if you're a good leader, you should be able to uplift the people around you without abusing them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Phil Jackson did it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. But that's why MJ's never been a coach.
Bro, no one wants to get coached by him.
Man. Do you know what I mean? And that's why a lot of great players don't make good managers, bro. Because that single-minded approach that you have, yeah, it might work for you, but you can't talk to people how you talk to yourself. How I talk to myself isn't how I talk to people.
100%.
How I talk to myself, I'm ruthless with myself.
And that's for a lot of people who's even watching. It's like me and Rants have either watched or been around a lot of these players who are great players, but that doesn't transcend to even people who sometimes you even listen to the way they talk about the game, and you're like, they don't understand it as well as someone who maybe wasn't as good. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes it's one of them ones. It seems like, but anyway, I ain't even going to mention names, but put it this way: there's a lot of players who you were watching growing up. Some of your favorite players that Trust me, they don't know very much about football when it comes down to it. When the cameras,
they don't know nothing, bro, about football, and that's why I say, you know what it is, yeah. There's a difference between being a very good footballer, being talented, and being a student of the game, innit? There's not very many that are both. A boxing example would be someone like Tyson Fury, amazing boxer, yeah, but this guy can tell you every fight, who won, what round, everything, who had the belt, how old they were, how tall they are. He's a student of boxing, bro. And you can tell when he speaks about boxing, the guy studies the sport. Then you get other guys that are amazing fighters, yeah, but they don't watch old fights. They don't watch things back. When they're not boxing, they don't watch boxing because they're not students of the game. It's the same with football. Like a lot of footballers, as soon as they retire, they don't watch it no more. Even Kobe said, as soon as I retired, I stopped watching basketball. I only started watching it again because my daughter wanted to play. And he took her to the Lakers game. You see the meme that was going out with Kobe and his daughter? That was the first Lakers game Kobe had went back to post-retirement. And that's only because his daughter wanted to go. He had no interest in going to watch the Lakers play because he's like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I just need to switch off from this. I'm not watching it.
For real.
He didn't even really know who was still playing. He didn't care. That's not where his focus was. And that's nothing bad about him. That's just like, that's how he wanted to focus his life on his family and everything like that. He wasn't about basketball no more.
For real.
A lot of these footballers, as soon as they stop playing, they stop watching.
Yeah, unless they get a call up to Sky Sports to come into...
And then they're reading off notes or they've got prompters and you man think that these men are mad knowledgeable, but they don't know shit.
Trust me.
You know what I mean? They don't know nothing. And then on top of that, most of them, unlike the Americans like Kobe and them lot, because of the system, they go through a collegiate system. So most of these guys have degrees anyway. They're educated. You listen to a basketball player talk, they're all smart.
Yeah.
All of them.
They have to. You can't get.
They have to be, bro.
Draft otherwise, isn't it?
They're all educated when you hear them do an interview, not like footballers. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these men don't have basic education. So when you put a man with no basic education, who isn't a student of the game either, that was a good player, then you get man on Sky chatting shit. That's what you get. When you put them two things together, you get a man that's not educated in real life and doesn't know the game, but was good. You got a man there just for his ability, literally his footballing ability alone, just chatting, whack, blood. Do you know what I mean? You get man like Michael Owen up there saying, "Oh, you know what? Like I mean, these guys are gonna lose if they don't score, bruv." Well, obviously, like that. Like, these man better score in the next 10 minutes or they're gonna lose. Well, obviously, fam. You know, like that. Like man saying,
them obvious lines, like a striker needs to score goals.
That's what I'm saying. Their striker needs to score goals and them dumb things. That's what they'll do. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, well, man should have scored that, bruv. If he doesn't score this, his team are going to be disappointed. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, bruv. Like, this is why they're paying you this money. You know what I mean? These men have got a lot of respect for man based on what they've done on the pitch. That's a different ball game, bro. Don't respect man off the pitch for stuff that they've done on the pitch because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We don't all know everything. Do you know what I mean? And just because you know how to use your iPhone or call your mum, yeah, when the iPhone breaks, you're not gonna fix it yourself. You'll bring it to someone that can fix it.
Exactly.
You know them, man. And that's what it is, bro. So just because my man knows how to use a football, that doesn't mean that he understands the mechanics of football.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
And that's what it is. It's mechanics, bro. Understanding the game is understanding the mechanics of the game. Being a good player is just being a cog, a very small cog, yeah? Or just being the consumer of the fucking product.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you understand the product. You see what I'm saying? So enough of these commentators are shit, bro. They're shit. And they were good footballers. And they were shit managers too. Look at their CVs.
All over the shop.
And being a shit manager shows you didn't know nothing about the game anyway. And now we're taking your advice. You're telling us what we're seeing, but really, you couldn't win games though. Like you managed Liverpool and you were shit, but now you're Souness and you're saying you could have handled Pogba.
Yeah, no chance. A better player than anyone that he handled when he was manager. That made no sense. None of it makes sense.
There you go, my guy. There you go, my guy. This is the thing, bro, and that's why people be very careful about how you analyze things and what you listen to, innit? If a man's just chatting fwaff, I don't care. Man say, oh, he's played the game, so what?
But that's the sad part. If me and you now rolled up and was on the first Super Sunday alongside them, man, people would be like, who are these guys? These man didn't play football. These man didn't. Bro, that's the maddest thing. But the funniest thing is, who are you listening to? You're listening to guys who managed
and failed.
Exactly.
Failed spectacularly.
So what are you talking about? Exactly.
These men are no more qualified to talk about football than anyone in this comment section here.
Yeah.
No more qualified. Do you know what I'm saying? No more qualified. Do you know what I mean? Because we could all have iPhones, but I tell you what, if you open up the iPhone, I'm confused. You open it up, I don't know what's going on in there.
Straight.
Do you know what I mean? If you showed me the inside of an iPhone and didn't tell me it was an iPhone, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell you it was an iPhone.
The art of analyzing and managing is completely different to playing. In every area. In every area. Not just football. Any sport. Do you know what I'm saying?
Any sport, anything. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can eat food, yeah? But not everyone knows, yeah, the process of how your body breaks down the food and what your body uses the food for and the nutrients in the food for. That's why you have specialists.
100%.
Anyone can put food in their mouth. Do you know what I mean? Man can say, yo, like, if I eat loads of cakes, I get fat. Yeah, but why?
Yeah.
But why do you get fat, though? What's the process?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just saying, oh, yeah, if you eat that, you're going to get fat. But tell me why. And tell me how. Their man can't tell you how, but they tell you that it's bad for you. How do you know it's bad for me? What's in it that's bad? Do you see what I'm saying? Bear man make statements, but they can't answer questions. And that's what it is, bro. So either you watch football or you analyze football. I analyze it, innit? So because I analyze it, there's certain things I say you might think are wild, but then they come back and then they're not wild no more. I told man Fred was a baller. Man said he was shit for time, and now what? You know them ones there because I saw something in him that his stats weren't showing. And that's just what it is. And just as I say that, man just got a message from a player at Manchester United. Yeah, that there's bare rumors about him leaving. You get me? So I think he's gonna leave. I haven't read the message. I've just seen the text, and I think he should leave. And I'm a Manchester United fan, and I love Manchester United. But again, I'm people over everything, innit? People over everything. And I think if a club's not treating you with the respect you deserve, you should go somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how
that's why, but that's also another factor why you can always tell someone, especially in this whole space, like that's why you gotta follow through and keep clear of what you're saying all the way through. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you do. Because at the end of the day, Pogba, this is what I remember seeing someone say this about you when you came on our podcast, saying, oh, Rants says this about Pogba, blah, blah, blah. But if Pogba leaves this summer, he's going to say how much he hates him. And I'm like, I'm sure you're going to keep saying the same energy because Pogba doesn't suddenly become a bad guy just because he leaves Man United.
If Pogba goes to Real Madrid, I'll buy the shirt. I don't care. If he goes to Juventus, I'll buy the shirt. If he goes PSG, I'll buy the shirt. Pogba's my guy, bro. I fuck with Pogba, bro. Like, I fuck with Manchester United, but I fuck with Pogba, bro. Just like there's certain footballers I just fuck with, bro. Like, I just like them, innit?
Regardless,
bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And the thing is, because football's so tribal, yeah, like, people don't understand the fact that, see how football's entertainment? You can like players from other teams, you know? It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Man will be like, oh, no, you can't like him because he plays for Liverpool. I like whoever the fuck I like, bro.
Straight.
You know what I'm saying?
And on top of that, you don't need to hate the player just because they've moved on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like again, not even getting at Arsenal fans, but they're the kings of that. Almost every big player that's left in the last 20 years. If you ask an Arsenal fan about them, they'll be like, oh, he's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead. They'll be like, oh, like I hate Nasri now. I hate Fabregas.
Nasri, Sanya, Fabregas, Van Persie, Sanchez, Henry, bro. Even Henry. People weren't happy. Are still some Arsenal fans.
Man hate on Henry, bro. Like even though literally, like he almost single-handedly made these men fearful, blood. I was scared of Arsenal because of him.
And it's like
if Henry wasn't playing, I didn't even need to watch the game. I knew we were gonna win, bro.
Straight. And like, what the fans think? What you think your team is so special? You're the only team in the world that man wants to play for,
bro. You know what's mad, yeah? And the thing is, yeah, it's mad how it always goes back to American sport, yeah, because. Like, I love American sport and I just love their attitude and their mentality to sport because as much as it is tribal, it's not, bro. You sit with the opposition fans, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can go to a football match, whatever, and you can sit with the opposition and you, man, will have drinks together, have banter and all of that. You'll hate each other while the game's on, have banter with each other, and then you go home. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, football's so tribal in this country to the point where people discredit players because they play for other teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't like players because they play for other teams. Bro, like in America, man are wearing basketball jerseys of other teams, bro. Like, you might support the Lakers and you're wearing a Heat jersey because you like D Wade, bro. So you might wear a Wade jersey. No one's looking at you saying, what? You're not a real Laker fan if you wear a Wade jersey. Because I'm like, bro, I like Dwayne Wade. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, you can like someone, yeah, and like something and separate it from the club. I like Paul Pogba. When Pogba was at Juventus, I liked him. Do you know what I'm saying? And if he goes somewhere else, I'll still like him, bro. Do you know what I mean? I like Thierry Henry. He played for Arsenal. He never played for us. Do you know what I mean? Van Persie's one of my favorite players to ever play for Manchester United, yeah? And he only played for us, yeah? He only gave us one memorable season. But the way he played football, yeah, resonates with me so much that I love that guy. He's a legend to me, blood.
You know, that's what I'm saying. I keep the same energy. I know this player's not even on the same level of these man, but I kept the same energy of Lukaku. Do you know what I'm saying? Once Lukaku left, he's still a guy. Do you know what I'm saying? He's still got a good record. He's still doing his thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though
you can't deny Lukaku, bro. And the thing is with me, I don't like the way Lukaku plays. He's not my kind of footballer, yeah. But I can't discredit him and say that he don't score goals, because he does. The numbers say he scores goals. I always said, if you got a player like Lukaku, you have to play to his strengths. If you don't, you're not going to get nothing out of him, because his link-up play and his touch ain't good. But one thing, if you give him chances, he'll put it in the net. That hasn't changed. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not my kind of baller. But I'm not going to turn around and discredit his goal record and say it doesn't mean anything, because it does. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to discredit him. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying his overall game is he's very limited. But what he does well, he does well. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Whether you like someone or you dislike someone, you can't take away from them what they are, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do that. They discredit people because they don't like them. Man will turn around and say Gerrard was shit or something because they support United, or Lampard was shit. These men are all very good players. Do I think that the British press overrated them, man? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that I don't rate them. I think they were all overrated, honestly. I think that England's best players were underrated. I think Michael Carrick was underrated.
Bro, to sum it up.
And so was Paul Scholes. Do you know what I mean? Underrated.
In 30 years or even 40 years, there's only been one English Ballon d'Or winner. And even that was a European Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
and Michael Owen, yeah, is underrated. He's underrated by the English people. Michael Owen is the greatest striker that in my lifetime that England have had. Easily, bro. As Harry Kane's wavy, and he's on record to doing this Michael Owen thing, because Harry Kane is underrated in my opinion. Because people are saying, yeah, but look at Shearer's goal record. But Shearer didn't have the variety of goals that Harry Kane's got. He didn't. Do you know what I mean? And I got to watch Shearer in his prime. I got to watch Alan Shearer, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I got to watch Shearer. Shearer never scored the variety of goals that Harry Kane scored. He didn't.
No, I agree.
Like, Shearer was a bully, physical, scored a lot. He's very clean striker of the ball. Scored some beautiful volleys they'll show you on Premier League years and stuff. Loads of headers where he's getting in and about people. But the way Harry Kane glides across the grass, both feet, hits the side netting. Even when you watch how he takes his penalties compared to how Shearer smashes them, Harry Kane is cultured, bro. In terms of finishing, only him and Michael Owen stand alone, bro. They stand alone, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, because of Rooney's numbers, man will say Rooney was better than Michael Owen. But Michael Owen, I keep saying, was the Mbappe of his time, bro.
For real.
He was.
And that injury is sad. Do you know what I'm saying? It was sad. It's sad to see, because he could have become one of the greatest of all time. Do you know
Michael Owen would probably be the greatest English striker of all time, yeah, if he didn't get those injuries, bro. The same thing that happened to R9, yeah, so happened to Michael Owen, bro. Real talk.
R9 had more the biggest moment. He had more opportunity to redeem himself even after the injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Michael Owen, like,
and I'm not comparing Owen to R9, because R9 stands alone.
I know someone will clip that and act like you compared them and that.
Yeah, but in terms of what injuries can do to careers, that was one of them, bro. Michael Owen was destined for greatness, bro. Ballon d'Or. And because he doesn't talk about it all the time, and Alan Shearer always quick to remind people how many goals he's got, yeah, and Owen doesn't toot his own horn, people disrespect Michael Owen. He's a shit pundit, bro, but he never talks about himself as a player. He never does.
Yeah.
A lot of people remember Michael Owen in the Newcastle shirt and at Stoke and them things, but Michael Owen at Liverpool was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I never seen him. Rooney at his best wasn't doing what Owen was doing. Owen was dribbling past man and chipping your keeper with his left foot. That's what Owen was doing. Owen was unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of you men that follow me are quite young. Like you're 20 and below. On God, yeah, go back and watch what Michael Owen was doing for Liverpool. Then you'll understand the level of footballer we're talking about. No, he never scored the Hollywood goals that Rooney scored. You know what I mean? Owen never scored like the 30-yard volleys and that, but Michael Owen scored some ridiculous goals, guys. Ridiculous, bro. Do you know what I mean? But the media's not telling us to watch Michael Owen. Everyone's still sucking off Shearer, bro. He was a good player, yeah, but
until that record goes,
until that Shearer, once that Shearer record goes, no one will talk about him again.
That's it.
Because the goals, do you know what I mean, bro? Harry Kane, once Harry Kane surpasses him, which he will, and Harry Kane's better than him for me. Like when man said Kane or Shearer, I said Kane all day, bro. All day. Because Kane can play in any era the way he plays. Any era.
Now, big up Kane.
Do you know what I'm saying? Any era. Do you know what I mean? Man need to talk about Kane in the same breath that they're talking about man like Zlatan, bro. Because that's the level man is, bro. That's the level he is. No gas. No gas, bro. That's how good Harry Kane is, bro. And he won't get his flowers. He won't get his flowers until he goes somewhere else or until he breaks every record and he retires. Harry Kane's that good. Better than Cavani and all them, man. Cavani's a workhorse. He's a donkey. He needs 8 chances to score, Cavani. I've seen him miss 5 one-on-ones in a game.
But because he played in the French league, he was better. He's still putting up numbers somehow.
Cavani's a donkey, bro. What game was it? Did they play? Who did PSG play? Was it Chelsea or Liverpool? It was an English team they played in the Champions League. And I just remember wanting the English team to lose so badly, but Cavani kept missing. I think it was Chelsea.
Yeah, it was something. That was like 3-4 years ago,
4 years ago. He missed like 4 one-on-ones in that game, bro. And
yeah, PSG. I remember. That was the last great season he had still. After that, it was downhill.
Key, bruv. A man talk about Cavani in world-class bracket. Donkey. Dead baller. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is what it is, bro. Harry Kane won't get his flowers until he retires, probably, bro. But he's cold. He's cold. Him and Jamie Vardy are cold. In this era, cold. No,
Vardy's cold. I rate him heavily. Heavy.
No, bro. I'm glad we could agree on that, bro. Man, we can wrap up there, bro. Big up them two, man, because them man need to get their flowers, innit? Jamie Vardy's on. Bro, it's unreal, bro. What man's doing at Leicester,
bro. Without Mahrez, without flipping Kante, still doing it 4 years on.
Still doing it. Them man thought that they won the league because of Kante, because of this, that, and the other, bro. No matter who's been in charge. No matter who's been in that midfield, Vardy keeps scoring. You can't deny that.
Don't lie. Everyone watching, numbers do not lie when it comes to Vardy, man. Come on.
They don't lie. It might not be the most attractive thing to look at. Do you know what I'm saying? But the guy gets the job done, bro.
Straight.
You know what I mean? And we need to stop looking at Hollywood moments and actually look at the game, bro.
For real.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like every bicycle kick Zlatan done, yeah, he could trade them all in for a fucking Champions League medal, he would.
100%.
You know, like that. Trade that in, bruv. You trade that in. Every bicycle kick. The one against England for Sweden, amazing and all of that, but you only get 1 goal for that.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, trade them all in for a Champions League medal, he would. Do you know what I'm saying? So, fuck it, bruv. Big up everyone that's watching as well. Akeem, bruv, plug your socials as well. 230 people watching at the moment.
Yes, bro. Yes. Follow me on Akeem Ojuko on everything. Insta, Twitter. Obviously, we're on Cheekysport as well, at Cheekysport and everything as well. So I'm definitely going to be back soon. It was a good chat. We spoke about a lot of things. And yeah, man, keep doing your thing. Everyone.
Oh, yeah, I'm just seeing the comments. It was against Arsenal and the game finished 2-2 because Cavani missed like 5 one-on-ones.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Dead baller. He's just Tarzan in football boots, blood. That's what man is, bruv. Tarzan. Yeah, like that. Bro, big up everyone that watched as well. We're going to be doing this every week as well, bro, because you lot love it still. So, you get me. I think we should do it same time every week, bro. 3 o'clock works for me.
Same time. Big up everyone inside. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
Thursdays we're gonna do this, guys. So big up everyone. Big up for all your comments and that. And yeah, we'll catch you next week, man. Mad love, guys. Peace.
Love.